Coach, we're just a stone's throw from the Delaware River. We've got some water to contend with ourselves. A steady rain falling at Lincoln Financial Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dublin Shamrocks and the Philadelphia Eagles. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Watson. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown. A big play there. Touchdown number 18 on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Not a bad way to start it.
And I think that was part of their script because so many teams script their opening possessions, and whether it's just that possession or even deeper into the half, sometimes it's 15 to 30 plays. That had to be one in there where they call a shot play. Go for the big one, and they got it done.
This is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Here we go. Tight into the right, boy. Tight into the right.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
They can't hang with that.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Check 55 tonight. Defense wins championship.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's got his man, Boyd. And now for him on the season, that is his 80th catch, and the result is a 1st down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Next one.
And a give this time to the tailback. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go, D. It's gonna be a
Here's 2nd and 8. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
set, ready, and read. Watching your time. Watch the backer, watch the backer.
They're going to look to throw. He gets this one to Boyd. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now back to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance. And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Let's get it.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
Just like that. Just like that.
Looking to throw. He completes it to Boyd. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Running right, Jones. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Watch the twist.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Watson on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on a final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
He'll look to throw. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip. Shoot. Underground.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. On second down, it's Jones. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Out of the gun, Watson. He's going to look deep for more. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now they'll run it on the toss. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held him to no gain.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down. Now they try the right side here. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. 2nd and 11. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. They'll drop to throw. They'll let this go for the end zone. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? After the interception, here's Watson. He's going to look deep for more. That's caught inside the 20. And touchdown. A big play there for his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Call it a gain of 5 that time. They'll be left with a 3rd down and about 9 to go.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Boyd. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. This quarterback now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him, and I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills, and that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills, but they've really increased it in recent seasons because of the offense have gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Mike 2. Mike 2. 10-24. Watch 2. Watch 2. I got it. Hey, 31.
On first down, Watson flushed out right. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Check, 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 check.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
You can't block me. Trump. He's checking. Crash.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that will be incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Dante Jackson picks it, and he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with.
Set. 19. Ready. 24. 29. Get on zoom. Watch 20. Check 20. I'm coming, baby. Woo! Right zone. Motion.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to look deep. Touchdown! Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Airing one out for Boyd. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. Earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did it.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play because when you take those shots downfield, you open the eyes of the defense to what you could do to them, and that may open some things up for you offensively.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half and my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 42. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Now the try here for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go four verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, this is taken at the 3. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Nifty move there on the run, but ultimately brought down at the 25. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
In order to play a really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers. There's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Boyd. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8. Check 52. 49-yard line.
Then he'll give it here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Yeah, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their side.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
No, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical.
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for the touchdown. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game as his guys continue to pour it on. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the 3rd quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
Yeah, he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave them with a 3rd and 11 situation.
Check. Lucky. Mike 5-5.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 48, and a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Randy Gregory in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now it's Watson. They'll rifle this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. It's another touchdown pass for Deshaun Watson, his 5th of the afternoon, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working.
Minus 59. Minus 59.
They'll look to throw here. Open man is Cantrell. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. First target, first catch, and a first down. He'll drop the throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Boyd. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Hey, hold on. Wait. You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby. Say.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
25, check 25, check 25.
And to give this time to the tailback. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
You got it. You got it.
This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough task here, though. 3rd and long. Back to throw here. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Come on. Switch.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Mike, check 59. Switch up.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Montez Sweat. It's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off inside the 5. And he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
It's Ty Detmer. He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, Are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good.
24.
Watson on first down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked by Riley Harrison. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll run it now out of the gun. Despite some fast footwork, he's still wrangled down shy of the 15. They'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Yeah, this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the first down right near the 24. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
4th and 2 in the NFL, not ordinarily a running down anymore. Usually that ball is moved through the air. They went ahead and gave it to the back, and he ends up picking up the first down. I'm not sure if they fooled him as much as they just did a nice job executing.
Needed 2, and they got 3. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Susie. 59's Mike. 59's Mike. Check.
They'll set up a throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Call it a gain of 3. And it'll be 4th down. Here we go on 4th down. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. And now here is another interception. Dante Jackson picks it, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Check 24. Check 24. Switch left. Line him up.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And now he's going to use his legs. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
First down.
What's that? 18. Mike's 59. I'm trying to collect. 59. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike's a 50. That's right, baby. They don't want it. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Check 50. Check 50.
And Watson's going to throw it here. Steps away to his left. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
First down, Shamrocks.
Hey, he's coming fast. Motion. Hey. Choose the mic. I got you.
Now a first down throw, Watson. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for our visitors, they remain in the hunt for a first-round bye as they move to 11-3 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, the loss is number 8 for them on the year. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You were Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You were Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up they octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions. Daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on the mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top, it's missing, the opposition in. All that lane switching, this is what the game is in. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You were Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You were Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial.